clarity and for everyone, what we will say would not, you in the end of our session, you will then translate whatever needs to be translated to the people, right?
Yes, for sure. Yes. Anastasia will get the questions and we will ask and make questions. And right after your speech at the beginning, I will translate the resume, what you're saying, okay?
Василь, мы начали уже.
Let's start. Let's start. Yes.
Good luck, everyone. Good luck.
Yes, yes. Venus, you can start. Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Very, very excited. This is for this our first Indo-Russian initiative. So I'll start with good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Good afternoon to people who are joining us from Russia, and of course, good evening to our brand partners and our other partners who are joining in at this session. Greetings and welcome to our very first Indo-Russia initiative webinar. And on behalf of FranGlobal, Franchise India, I would like to welcome all of you. Now, let me start with some introductions because it does make sense. I'm Venus Barak. I'm the CEO of FranGlobal. We are a market entry firm, and we help international brands to predominantly find franchise partners in India, South Asia, Middle East, and now recently also working in Africa. And FranGlobal happens to be part of an organization called Franchise India, which is Asia's and India's largest franchise service company. And with Franchise India, we are available across 90 plus cities with over 1,200 people. And as far as franchising is concerned, we touch a lot of people across categories, across industries. So again, on behalf of Franchise India, FranGlobal, we welcome all of you. I would also like to acknowledge Topfranchise here, Vasil and his team. I know Vasil for a very long time. I have seen how hard he and his team has been working. So it has been very interesting and a pleasure to work with them to create this, to be part of, to be a bridge between India and Russia. So happy to have you as a partner, Vasil, and your team and Topfranchise, and really look forward to build this momentum between Indian brands and businesses with Russian audience, and of course vice versa. Few things I would want to add, before we of course bring in our brands. We might be doing this for the very first time, but India and Russia, have been historically very close, diplomatically, commercially, and in many culturally as well. Indian movies, of course, have been very, very popular in Russia since the 60s and the 70s, maybe earlier. There's so many Indian students who have been studying in Russia, making their lives there. So I think this relationship has historical ties. And I think with whatever is happening in the world, it has given a lot of Indian brands the opportunity and aspiration to build Russia as their consumption and consumer base. And of course, I think hopefully, the other way around also. There are some common elements between our countries, some not. So this, this whole idea is to start getting connected between the brands and the potential operators. And as I mentioned, we are very happy with our strategic partnership with the Topfranchise, Vasil and his team to be that bridge. In fact, we are also working on bringing in a delegation next month in August. So exciting times. We will be doing this, regularly. And idea is to, drive the momentum. So on that note, again, thank you so much to all our brand partners, to of course Topfranchise, our teams, Anita, Anastasia, Apurva, all of you have worked really hard to put this together. So let's get us started. And Vasil, over to you.
Thank you very much, Venus. Thank you very much, dear our friends from India, all of you, our brands and organizers. I would say a few words in Russian, yes, to make a few summary of your words. Уважаемые друзья, здравствуйте. Я хочу также поприветствовать вас от лица компании Topfranchise и FranGlobal на первом нашем мероприятии, где мы первый раз за всю историю отношений России и Индии делаем мост, как сказала Винус, между Индией и Россией. И мы рады приветствовать сегодня несколько брендов, которые себя уже давно зарекомендовали в Индии и которые стремятся на российский рынок. Сегодня представлены только те компании, которые отдают себе отчет, в какую страну они идут, какие есть риски и что есть у нас сейчас в России. Соответственно, поэтому мы очень рады их приветствовать. Мы обязательно делаем запись, она будет доступна всем. Также, соответственно, я с своей стороны хочу поблагодарить всех наших коллег, благодаря которым это все организовалось, Анастасии, коллегам из Индии тоже. И хочу позволить себе сказать, что Афанасий Никитин бы нами всеми гордился. Это первый купец, который побывал в Индии и привез оттуда специи, какие-то товары. Но мы сегодня везем уже состоявшиеся ритейл-бренды, и сегодняшний вебинар посвящен этому. Спрашивайте свои вопросы каждого спикера по итогу выступления каждого бренда и каждого спикера. Я буду делать короткие комментарии на русском языке. Пишите свои вопросы в чат, пишите свои вопросы организаторам. Соответственно, мы начинаем. И we are starting, dear colleagues, and I would like to represent the first speaker, Mr. Iyer, and who is representing the few brands in the fashion industry, in the garment industry, and the brands which is working already in the Indian market, in the shopping malls, and in the e-commerce. Please, let's start, Mr. Iyer. So we give you the few words about your brands, okay? Thank you.
Thanks, Vasil. Thanks.
Yes, please switch on your camera, please.
Yeah, I'm unable to do that. I think host needs to permit me to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Я попрошу коллег, друзья, давайте дадим возможность Наиру включить камеру. Спасибо.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So thank you. Thanks, Venus, for that introduction. Thanks, Vasil, to organize. I know how difficult it is to catch hold of so many people and do all of this. So without wasting much time, in fact, I've got around 4 brands to present. Of course, Prasanna Venkatesh and Rahil, both my team members, are also part of this. So we will take you through the brands that we have to offer. So thanks once again for having us invited to this show. I hope this next, whatever we finalize this is going to go a long way. And I hope we will catch up soon to close all the commercials and other things. Before that, let's get started. So Prasanna?
Request to give access to share screen and share video, please.
Yeah.
Anastasia,
so you will have to allow.
Presenting, right?
Prasanna Venkatesh. Prasanna Venkatesh.
Prasanna Venkatesh.
Yes, you will be able.
Yeah, thank you. I got it. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. Over to you, please.
Yeah. So good evening and good afternoon to all. So Aditya Birla Group, I mean, people in India needs no introduction to this because we are one of the major global conglomerate with having presence in various countries. Before I get to start, this is something that I wanted to just tell you. This is our chairman's vision and purpose. We are actually opening up new doors, new opportunities, and we have been always looking out for more and more opportunities. And already we are present in almost 36 countries abroad. 50% of the revenues have started coming from overseas. So today, our business is about $45 billion USD. That's the kind of revenue that we are creating, of which, as I said, 50% of it is coming from abroad. Overseas contribution has become 50% of our overall revenue. So we started off, with fiber in 1857. That is when Mr. Shivnarayan Birla laid this, and it was through a cotton trading and other things. We started off it in a small way. It is Mr. Aditya Birla, Vikram Birla, who actually made it as a global company, having presence across, not just in India. He had a vision of making it a truly global company. So now, if you see, we are the #1 cement manufacturers for India. We are also the #1 manufacturers for this aluminum rolls. We have taken over one company called as Novalis in the US. So likewise, we are present in almost every sector that you see, starting from telecom, we have Reach here, or Vodafone Idea, we have this. We have fertilizers, we have insulators, we are into carbon black. So mostly all the industries where we represent, we do not want to be named #2 or #3. Mostly in all the sectors, we are #1, including the branded apparel space, where we are there to present all the 4 brands. We are #1 in India. So all the sectors where we represent, we wanted to be a global leader. We wanted to be #1. That's the purpose. Then that's the aim, and that's the ambition of the brand. So now, just going further, see, as I said, we are present in almost 36 countries with different industries that we have tied up with. In Thailand, we have the viscose factory. In Novalis, we have the aluminum factory. Likewise, in everywhere you go, you will see some or other industries that we are tied up with. And we have about 100 nationalities working under us. So it's a big employee network that we have. We have a strong force of almost 140,000 employees working. So without much time on spending, because we've got just 30 minutes, I will rather get into our brands, which are under the ABG, which we call it as Aditya Birla Fashion and Retail. This is, of course, FY21 numbers that we have. So this was the revenue that we've created in India, 5,249 crores. A very, very strong EBITDA. We are a very profitably managed company. We do not want the top lane, but at the same time, we also wanted bottom lane to also be there. With a strong workforce of 22,000 people, we are represented in almost 850 cities. We manage almost 3,500 network of stores with these 4 brands, and about 8.4 million square feet is the space that we have acquired in India. So that is about the company. Now I think we will move a little more closer into the brand. Yeah, over.
Rahil, over to you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Hello, good evening and good afternoon to everyone.
Hello. Yes, everything is clear. Yes, thank you. Please go on.
Yeah. Am I visible on the screen?
Yes.
So we work, as you can see the slide, we work relentlessly on our visual merchandising in our stores. So if you'll see the facade of the store, there's a facade and window which is created seasonally to eye-catch all the eyeballs there on the street. So if you'll see, basically there is an Indian wedding window which has been created near to the weddings which happens around November and December in India. So there's a theme which is created around it, which matches the Indian weddings, which is basically your art and craft, which happens in Indian wedding. Along with that, we display our merchandise, which is the best merchandise which goes during the festival and during these weddings and different festivals which happens across. And on the other side, if we'll talk about our product team and design, then we have a strong design team who works relentlessly to create magical products. There's 2 seasons which we do, basically is spring, summer and autumn, winter. The merchandise part, the design part starts a year before the merchandise gets on the shelf. They take different stories, they go out in different countries, try to see what are the fashions which are going on the streets of different countries. Then they come back, they create a grid. They also have interviews with our existing customers we have a customer base of around 17 million people with us. That's the maximum across any retail channel which is present in India. So they are the go-getters for us, and we conduct interviews with our existing customers to improve our standards and also to know where we are doing good in the business. Also, if we'll talk about our staff strength, there are ample number of trainings, and culturally we are very, very fond of trainings and developing our staff. There's a brand trainee manager we keep for each brand, where they takes care of the entire development part of the staff. And there's a regular quizzes which happens so that we get to know where they are standing, and there's a reward program which happens across the globe. And also we have a great virtual campus, which is Gyanodaya, which is a classroom study kind of a thing, which happens for each and every staff can go through multiple classroom sessions at their own time and will. As I told, there is a 17 million customer base we have for all brands put together. We also try to do communication based on various festival, occupation, age group, and gender. Whenever there are different festival comes across in India, there's a member base which we are maintaining, and there is a good active customer which are there with us in all brands put together. Yeah, President.
Thank you. First, good afternoon and good evening to all, and thank you, team, for this opportunity. I'm very excited to talk about our brands to wider audience here. Rahil has already covered about our best industry practices. Rajanesh has already spoken about which part of group we are and what we do. But here that's the excitement I have. So brand building is a really exciting work that you can do. I hope you guys can see me. Okay.
Yes, you can turn on your camera. Yes, we can see you. Yeah.
Thanks. So thank you. Brand building is a really exciting project that I wanted to talk about. So we are going to cover here about 4 brands. So if you see, one of our brand is called Peter England. That is a value premium brand of ours. The next brand we're talking about is Allen Solly. The other brand we're talking about, Van Heusen. I'm sure a lot of you know Van Heusen. And the biggest brand of ours is Louis Philippe. So basically, our teams have corely worked how each brands has to talk about. So if you see where Louis Philippe stands at the super premium formal section, and we are like any day better than a Massimo Dutti, or we are equal to Brooks Brothers. That's the that's the target, and that's the range that Louis Philippe has. If you go to Allen Solly, it's a quirky brand. It has a lot of fun. It has a lot of frolic to it, and it is at the casual zone. Peter England, India is a very big populated country. Peter England is one of the massive brand of the country that is available in the country. Because what happens with the value channel cycle is we are able to cover a user, a customer from an 18-year-old who buys Peter England. When he grows to 35 or 36-year-old, as in when his career improves, he moves to other brand. So we capture the audience at a very young age from Peter England, and he exits out at very elder age at Louis Philippe. That's how we build. So our brands are, it's there for you. You say Tommy Hilfiger, you say Lacoste, you say Gant, you say Ralph Lauren, you say Hackett. We are there fighting with them, providing the value to our customers. I'll just take a small hop on what are the 4 brands we're talking about. First, as I said, Louis Philippe. The crest of Louis Philippe is very famous in India. As you know, Louis Philippe, you remember the French king of 1830, right? The brand is, when it was launched somewhere in UK, it was named after the French king. Now, today, we have the sole rights of this brand all over the world, and we are running it in India. And you can see we have all the ways of premium fashion, say premium formal, premium wedding, luxury casual. The brands oozes luxury in all the categories that you do. We have the suit and blazer range, we have the wedding range, we have the premium casual wear range, and we also have the specific denim range. So Louis Philippe there is one of the premium brands that is available in India today. We'll go to the next brand, which we call as Power Brand. Can you see the suit and blazer, that image that is in the right side of the PPT? see how
yes.
how
Let
nice
me,
it is.
yeah, I'm sorry that interrupt you. Let me give me a few words in Russian to translate a bit of your speech, okay? Thank you. Thank you. Да, уважаемые друзья, кто нас слушает и кто не говорит на английском, мы сегодня презентуем, кто к нам только присоединился, презентуем бренды из Индии, которые готовы заходить на российский рынок. И сейчас перед вами выступают сотрудники, коллеги и руководители очень крупной сети брендов. Да, это мультибренд, несколько торговых марок, которые имеют несколько тысяч магазинов в Индии, более чем в 800 городах Индии. Это очень серьезная компания, которая работает в индустрии фэшн. Предыдущие и текущие два бренда – это в основном мужская одежда, как вы заметили. И дальше, соответственно, дадим слово нашему спикеру. Please go on. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So Van Heusen, we call it as power brand. The uniqueness of Van Heusen is customer love the product. They love the product, and you can see it from the image that I put up on the right side corner. And again, another thing is Van Heusen stands for power dressing in India, and we are also one of the premium women's wear brand in India, where Van Heusen has more than 25% market share in women's wear brand in India when it comes to formal wear, when it comes to business formals. So again, another point I wanted to highlight is if you can see the column where I mentioned number of stores, none of the brands are lesser number of stores. Everything is around 400 plus, and it has an exclusive retail presence in all the nooks and corners of Indian region, and also some stores in GCC. Now come to the fun brand. The reason why we call fun brand is Allen Solly is a fun brand where it's the only brand that caters to women's, kids, and men's. So again, Allen Solly, it's a famous tag that is a very famous logo in India right now, and it is very crucial for the brand. The brand is recalled by the tag value it has, and it also covers the range from casual to formal to streetwear. So streetwear is something we launched 3 years before in India, and it is the top shelf category right now. Also, Allen Solly Juniors is the first juniors brand that was launched in India 12 years before, and it is one of the organized brands in India right now. We have currently 384 stores. I'll go to the next slide. The last brand that we are talking about.
Let me ask one question. I'm sorry that interrupt you. I will also translate a bit, okay? Please. Мы видели сейчас действительно очень хороший бренд Allen Solly. Он очень широко, массово распространен в Индии. И я хочу задать вопрос нашему спикеру, насколько он похож на какие-то привычные нам бренды, которые сейчас ушли из России, да? Please give me the comment about which brand you compete with in India, which is look like some Western brands. Is it like H&M or maybe other brands? Yes, thank you. I mean the Allen Solly. Yeah, exact Allen Solly.
I will answer that. Thank you. Thanks for the query. It's a very good question. Trust me. So basically, we have put this chart only for you guys understanding. Basically, we keep Allen Solly as a casual brand in India. But if you see how H&M is positioned in India, H&M is positioned as a core casual mass brand for us. But Allen Solly compared to H&M is a premium brand. It is premium in quality. It is premium in quality and premium in offering, and it is also a correlation between mass and premium. So in India, if you compare, you can compare with Jack and Jones, you can compare with US Polo, and you can compare with Zara. But if I go back a little more, if I compare Van Heusen versus Zara, Zara falls in a casual, but Van Heusen falls in a formal. But and if you go, I'll talk about the fourth brand separately. But if I want to answer that query on Louis Philippe outscores all brands in terms of fashionability. It also outscores them in their super premiumness. And that's why Louis Philippe falls under the character against Tommy Hilfiger or more towards Lacoste, Gant, and Massimo Dutti.
Okay. Good, thank you very much. I will translate a bit. Вот тот бренд, который мы видели с очень красивым дизайном, Allen Solly, это как раз-таки вот в категории привычных нам брендов, которые мы видели в торговых центрах, а некоторые еще видим Tommy Hilfiger, Zara отчасти тоже, да, ее мужской ассортимент тоже, и те бренды, которые, собственно, вы видите сейчас на экране. Да, спасибо. Please go on. Yes, thank you very much for this comment.
Yeah, thank you. Please interrupt me anytime you have any queries, please. Thank you. So
yes.
The last brand which I'm talking about is Peter England, and you can see the number of stores. It's 1,108. It's humongous. It is present in more than 475 towns in India. Imagine you go every 25 kilometer or 30 kilometer in a state, you will find a Peter England store. And that's why we call Peter England store a mass store. The reason is at Peter England, we cover all types of fashionability in terms of casual, in terms of formal, in terms of wedding, in terms of activewear or the streetwear. And also we cover all types of packages. You can get a super premium blazer from Peter England. You can get a one-time use fast fashion t-shirt from Peter England. And that's why we call Peter England as a mass brand, because it covers the wide range of customer bucket within our brands. We also recently launched Peter England Girls and Boys, which is a second brand that has a kids in our portfolio next to Allen Solli. If I will pause here if you want to translate or any queries.
Yes, thank you very much for this explanation. I will just translate the few numbers, yes, that you mentioned. Уважаемые друзья, как мы видели, последний бренд – это тоже очень массовый бренд, который в Индии есть. Это 1108 магазинов. Am I right? 1,108 stores you have already, yes?
Yes, yes.
Good.
Yes.
So, и вот эта группа, которая представлена сегодня несколькими нашими спикерами, которые рассказывали про магазины, это действительно очень крупная, одна из самых крупных групп, производящих брендированную одежду и производящих бренды, да, по сути, да, которые уже давно себя зарекомендовали в Индии. Я думаю, что специалисты из отрасли, да, участники нашего вебинара сегодня оценят, да, масштаб, да, тот, который есть сейчас, и благодаря именно нашим коллегам, нашей компании Topfranchise, вот этому доверию, да, которое у нас сложилось в нашей индустрии, у нас есть доступ сегодня к этим людям, потому что на самом деле, чем крупнее компания, как вы знаете, тем сложнее вообще выстроить отношения. Поэтому я хочу дать несколько рекомендаций для тех, кто нас смотрит сейчас в онлайне и в записи, а именно оставляйте, пожалуйста, свои вопросы организаторам. Если готовы, пишите в комментариях, да, где вы нас сейчас смотрите, на YouTube или в других социальных сетях. И если необходимо связаться сразу после вебинара, пишите смело, мы это сделаем. Также доступна будет запись всем, кто нас смотрит. Yes, I translate. Thank you very much. Thank you for your explanation. I really believe that you one of the biggest fashion brand holding in India, right?
Yeah, definitely. Before I hand it over to Mr. Rajanesh, my exit line would be, this would be my line. Everyone has gone through a COVID wave right now. We have all seen COVID times and we have learned from it. But one thing I want to register to the forum here is Aditya Birla Fashion and Retail Limited in India is the only brand, only retailer in India who has never closed any stores or who has not lost any employees or who has not lost any losses because of the COVID. Our operational discipline, our value for customer, our customer first strategies, our value for money products were all important, because even after 6 months of COVID wave, even after 6 months of store closures, we were one of the brands in India that were EBITDA positive in last financial year. Having said that, thanks for the opportunity. I'll hand it over to Rajanesh.
Appreciate. Thank you very much. I will translate a bit. Наш спикер сказал о том, что, соответственно, это тот самый бренд, та самая компания, которая во время карантина, в пандемию, которая была очень тоже жесткая, даже можно сказать, что жестче, чем в России, да, вот эти карантинные меры, не закрыла ни один магазин и не уволила ни одного сотрудника, они этим гордятся, и я думаю, что, опять же, специалисты из отрасли, инвесторы, я думаю, оценят этот факт. Спасибо. Let's go on. Venus, may I give you some words that is about this speaker, or maybe you can make a comments about this company, or maybe we can move forward. Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Yeah,
Rajanesh, you want to come in? And I think this is an important slide, Rajanesh.
Yes.
Venus. So we thought we will just give a perspective of our brands in comparison to many of the international brands, where we could stand in Russian,
Yeah, that was a very useful page slide about your competitors, because all of these brands, they
basically, sorry, Vasil. So I was just saying,
yes,
this is
no
in
problem,
comparison to a category called as T-shirt. So we tried to benchmark this T-shirt in terms of where all and at what rate are these brands currently offering in Russia, and where all we could stand in this whole gamut of things. So we thought we will benchmark our 4 brands in it and say that how our brands can be relevant to the Russian consumers. And hence we thought this chart we will make it. Of course, this is just a benchmarking that we did. It's only on T-shirt, but still we thought we will be able to give a representation on where we could stand when compared to all the other international brands that we have in Russian perspective.
So Rajanesh,
okay,
if
thank you.
Correct, but still, just a second. This pricing is only for T-shirts.
This T-shirts,
Yes.
I think somewhere we have mentioned. I am not able to see that.
It's here.
It has gone down actually. It is there on the presentation.
Vasil, you want to translate, because this is important that our pricing.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, please go ahead, Vasil.
Yes, for sure. Thank you. Я переведу то, что сказал мистер Раджнеш, Наир, да, то, что они, конечно же, следят за конкурентами, за конкурентной ценой на такую категорию, например, как футболки, да, то, что мистер Раджнеш объяснял, и они понимают и в курсе уже давно, что за бренд, что за, соответственно, фасоны, ну, грубо говоря, да, и тренды есть на российском рынке. Объясню тоже от себя, почему. Потому что если вы зайдете, ну, или заходили в те бренды, которые были, уже закрылись в России, да, там Zara или H&M и что-то еще, на многих товарах было написано, что это сделано в Индии очень, ну, давно уже, да, это такой тренд. Поэтому, собственно, это все как раз-таки и на производствах, и на точках дистрибуции этой продукции, на логистических центрах, это все, конечно же, учитывается в конкурентной борьбе, поэтому эти бренды, которые сегодня представлены, они, конечно же, готовы, да, к тому, чтобы соответствовать российским требованиям к размерам и к качеству, и к фасонам, и так далее, и к новым трендам. Вот. Few words I add, Venus, to Mr. Rajanesh, and what I also added, that before when we came to those brands like Zara or H&M in Russian stores, we saw that T-shirts and some other items were made in India already. So that means that all manufacturers' lines already are accustomed to work with the Russian company style and the Russian sizes. So it seems that we're prepared to come to Russian market. Thank you.
Yeah,
that's a really nice point. That's a really nice point. Ideally, we should have took her. So we have a very big industry in terms of fabric manufacturing and garment producing. So a lot of international brands, for example, we also produce super dry for all over the world. So many of the foreign brands work with us, get the garments produced from us, and then they go and retail it outside. So that's a very true. Very
in our manufacturing, our manufacturing units are being utilized to also produce many of the international brands. So probably the tag that you saw made in India probably would have been even manufactured by us. Probably. Yes.
Yes. So let me translate a bit. Коллеги из этого нашего конгломерата брендов, да, подтвердили сейчас, да, то, что, конечно же, они и их собственные производства, они так или иначе связаны с поставками для иностранных брендов. Поэтому здесь мы в этом плане, конечно, абсолютно адекватны, да, российскому рынку уже. Yes, Venus, please.
Yeah,
sure.
So I think
your parting thoughts,
we are getting into the last slide. So just that, this brand hasn't become popular just by that. There's a lot of effort that has been put by everyone, and for which the marketing team also has been very, very important player in building up the brand. So a few of our advertisements in terms of the marketing. Prasanna, if you could just play it.
So we are, Vasil, we are just playing some brand video, correct, Rajneesh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's run this video. Yes, if you are ready. I will ask Anastasia also help. Я так понимаю, что мы должны сейчас включить видео от коллег, да?
У меня нет видео, надо включить демонстрацию экрана, у всех права.
So, am I right if you want to share some video, right, or not?
Or the easy way is we can put the link in the chat and everyone can see also.
Right,
I can
okay,
video,
okay. Yeah? Yes, let's better do this. Okay, let's summarize and give me a few words in Russian to make a resume. And after that, we go next, okay? Thank you. So, уважаемые друзья, мы рады, что сегодняшнее выступление у нас началось с безусловного гиганта, да, на индийском рынке фэшена, который в состоянии заместить любые бренды, которые уже работают на российском рынке. Все, кто нас смотрит в онлайне, все, кто нас смотрит, будет смотреть записи, поставьте плюсики, пожалуйста, если вам все понятно, понятно, с кем связываться. И я попрошу своих коллег также дать контакты на эти запросы, соответственно, да, коллег из FranGlobal, да, из индийской компании, которая представляет все вот эти индийские бренды. Будем идти дальше. Спасибо большое. I would like to say thank you very much, dear friends. We really appreciate that you was the first one in our webinar, and that is really fascinating, great, and I really like it very much. And hope that you will come to Russian market with our investors and the shopping malls and representatives. Sure. And maybe even if you are by yourself will want to set up the joint venture or the representative, you are welcome. Thank you very much. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Yes, thank you. I would like give a word to Venus to represent the next speaker. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nair. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rahil, for being with us. Again, of course, you are one of the largest retailers in India. And as you have presented the brands, it offers someone to come in and be your overall partner for the Russian market. Or, we can have people who want to take a specific brands because you have brands in a different portfolio. So again, thank you so much. And we would, of course, be in touch with you and come back to you with the feedback and the conversations we get. Thank you again so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care. Yes.
Okay.
Let's go ahead.
Yeah, I would now bring in Amit Budhiraja, who is from Firstcry. And Firstcry is, can I say that this is now you are the number one brand in baby airspace? Yeah?
Yeah, confidently.
Confidently. Okay. So Firstcry is, and of course, Mr. Amit is going to share with all of you, what the opportunity is. But Firstcry is the number one player in the kids segment, and they have a very large category. There's a lot of background around the business. So I think for Russian market, I know Russia has a very large business when it comes to brands in the kids segment. There are a lot of international brands which were there. So there is that space which to be covered. And I will now let Amit to come in. And Vasil, please, help us communicating with our Russian audience.
Yes, for sure. Thank you. I appreciate. Hi, Mr.Ameet. Thank you, Venus, for representing. I will add a few words that, the mother care is canceled Russian market. And that means that you are welcome very much. I personally have a kids and I know what I mean, that that is, we're really expecting the goods for the kids. And actually, this is an endless market. And I will say a few words in Russian that for our audience. Уважаемые друзья, у нас сегодня следующий спикер, это руководитель компании Firstcry, я думаю, все понятно здесь, да, то есть первый плач. Вот, это как раз-таки замена Mother Care и замена других брендов, которые, еще доживают свой век в России, уйдут отсюда. Но, собственно, мы специально пригласили топовые компании, которые замещают целые индустрии. Вот это одна из них. И давайте дадим слово Амиту. Я также буду дополнять и, соответственно, переводить блоками. So, Mr. Amit, I will sometimes interrupt you to translate in Russian some words, okay?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Please
go ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you. First of all, Venus and team FranGlobal, thank you for putting this together, and thank you for reaching out to us to participate. It's great to be part of this forum and be, talking to our friends in Russia. Здравствуйте to all viewers from Russia. It's great to be talking to you. This is after a long time I'm communicating with potential business partners in Russia, so I'm quite excited to be part of this, conversation. So let me just put up a quick presentation, and I'll try not to bore you guys too much, and I'll try to keep it as crisp as possible. Give me a second. So I hope I'm audible. My screen is visible.
It is.
All good. Yep. Mr. Vasil, please feel free to pause me anytime when you need to translate anything. Right. So
yes, I will. Welcome. Thank you. Yes.
Sure. So welcome everyone to Firstcry.com. So I think after Aditya Birla, this is a very vastly different sort of setup that we are presenting to you, not just in the business model, but also in the sense of, Aditya Birla being this really old, well-respected, trusted business house from India, a name that we have all grown up with, to a company which is part of, more of the recent e-commerce boom in India that has taken place. So we are a young company. We are still sort of expanding our hands and wings into different zones of business. But how we started is we started as an e-commerce platform, and we started back in 2010. This was the story goes that the founders of Firstcry, they were very keen that we need to have a one-stop shop for everything that a young parent needs for their children, under one roof. So that was the idea behind starting Firstcry. So Firstcry.com was born, and Firstcry.com became an e-commerce website that sold each and every product category that a young parent could possibly need for their child, right from apparel and fashion to strollers, furniture, nursing, feeding, diapering, bathing, skincare, each and every product. So Firstcry essentially started as that, as the e-commerce company, and it was of course a multi-brand retail platform. So that was the genesis of Firstcry.
Let me translate a bit, okay?
Sure.
And also let's make that the presentation maybe will be on the full screen. Yes, because I see the very small window with the presentation, but it doesn't matter. It's not a problem. I will translate now. That это компания, которая мультибренд объединила под одним зонтиком очень много разных категорий, от детской мебели до, соответственно, одежды и аксессуаров и так далее. Они начинали как e-commerce, это очень важно, потому что сейчас, естественно, что принимая на российский рынок любой индийский бренд, например, да, то есть невозможно не думать о том, чтобы он не выходил сразу на e-commerce. И я сейчас спрошу у наших друзей, то есть если у них свои бренды. Вот. So, Mr. Amit, may I ask one question according to your previous slides? So, do you have your own brand products now, or you are like a multi-brand with another brands?
Yes, we do, and that will be the focus of this the presentation that we are giving. So while overall business is multi-brand, but there is a specific brand that we own and we have nurtured ourselves, and that's what we are going to promote in international markets.
Okay, good. Please go on. Yes, I translated previous speech.
All right. Is my screen full screen now? You said that the presentation was not visible.
It is. I think it's the placement. Your screen is full screen, but yes, we are not seeing that brick screen which comes in. And I guess there is this is the Zoom setting. I guess it's not the problem with you. That's what
Yeah, it's not a problem. Yes, let's continue. Yes, everything is
cool.
clear. Thank you.
Cool. All right. So as I said, we started off as an e-commerce platform, and then the e-commerce platform then started sort of growing. As of today, we've got the e-commerce Firstcry.com in India going, and we've also launched a full stack business in Dubai. So this is Firstcry.ae. It's a complete replica of what we do in Firstcry India. So this is Firstcry.ae in Dubai. Again, an e-commerce multi-brand business. And on the flip side, what we also started doing along the way is we also started opening brick and mortar retail stores across the country. So I think this is where the interest of the present forum is going to be in. So as of today, we run Firstcry stores in the country, about 650 odd stores across India. Firstcry, as I said, is a multi-brand store. And also we've got 150 odd Baby Hug stores. And Baby Hug is an own brand for Firstcry. It's an in-house brand. And these are exclusive brand outlets. So this is possibly the best sort of comparison that you can have against Mother Care, where you walk into a store and everything is Mother Care branded. And so here is Baby Hug, and each and every item inside the store, which is more than 20,000 SKUs, are all Baby Hug branded products. Apart from this, Venus, you have a question?
Yeah. No,
yeah, I have a question also. Yes.
Let Bansal, please, because this is an important
thank you, Venus.
Slide.
Yes. So this Baby Hug brand, it's very interesting. Yeah. So could you please tell, is all the kind of stuff is made in India, or how many percent of this made in India?
So about 70% of all the products under the Baby Hug brand is made in India.
Good. Okay.
And 20 to 30% is made outside of India.
Okay. I will translate to our audience, please.
Sure.
Внутри экосистемы Firstcry есть, как вы поняли, друзья, уже наверняка 600 магазинов, да, которые работают по принципу мультибренда и там такого супермаркета для детей, да, то есть мультимаркета, да. И вот отдельное направление, прям прямой конкурент Mother Care, это Baby Hug, да, то есть объятие ребенка по-английски. Вот, это то, что как раз-таки под одним брендом, как Mother Care, и 70% из этого сделано в Индии. Отметьте себе, пожалуйста, друзья, это очень важно. Спасибо. Идемте дальше. Please go ahead.
Great. So I should also add to that question, because this is a problem that, a lot of us across the world have learned over the last 2 years after COVID hit. So there's a great deal of focus within the company to localize production as much as possible to India. And we are on that journey. So I think over a period of time, over the next 2 to 3 years, we'll see probably not 70%, but 80 to 90% of the products being manufactured out of India. Great. So as I said, so Firstcry.com was the e-commerce company. That's how we started. And then parallelly, we also started opening retail stores, the Firstcry multi-brand retail stores, and the Baby Hug exclusive brand outlets. Other than this, there are some parts of the business that I just want to give you a context with, and that might not be the main focus of our discussion, but I just want to give that context to you. What we're also doing is that this Baby Hug range, as I said, it stretches from apparel to furniture to skincare and bathing and diapers, etc. So it's a fairly massive range. What we're doing is we're taking the FMCG part of the Baby Hug range. When I say FMCG, I'm sure you understand we're talking about products like shampoos and lotions and soaps and diapers, which are of a daily need kind of product. For this, we're building a mass distribution in India. When I say mass distribution, I'm talking about getting the Baby Hug brand to your pharmacies and your supermarkets and hypermarkets. And the same thing we're trying to do for exports as well. So with Baby Hug, there are basically 2 business models that we are working on right now. One is building the retail stores. And second is for the FMCG part of the range, we are building the mass distribution in India and in certain export markets as well.
Sure. Vasil, I think this is important. I hope you got that, Vasil. You would want to translate?
Yes, for sure. Thank you very much. I will say a few words and also some questions I have. Мистер Амит говорил, что со времен пандемии стало очень важным локализовывать производство в Индии, и они как раз этим воспользовались и, собственно, вот развивая в Omni-канале, да, то есть производство и продажу своих товаров для детей, они добились того, что у них произошла локализация производства даже тех позиций, которые они закупали, ну, из других стран, там, из Китая или из Европы. Вот, поэтому он на этом делает отдельный акцент. И я от себя хочу добавить то, что, конечно же, в современных реалиях нужно выбирать те бренды, которые изначально дружат с e-commerce, да, и сами являются маркетплейсами или являются маркетплейсами для своих монобрендов, да, как вот этот Baby Hug. Поэтому здесь тоже я только радуюсь, так скажем, да, качеству тех брендов, которые мы сегодня вам представляем, друзья. Спасибо. Thank you. Venus, I just say that I'm really happy that we represent here only the high qualified professional brands in e-commerce also. This is very important. I really appreciate it. Yes. Mr. Ameet, please go on. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So apart from this, we have also diversified a little bit, you know, into building preschools for kids. We're also getting into educational technology where we're building, you know, learning apps. But this is the overall part of, you know, building Firstcry as a parenting partner, you know. So this is more to do with that. But like I said, our focus in this forum is to talk about the Baby Hug retail stores, and if there's any interest in the FMCG part of it. Just to give you a little bit more background about Firstcry. So today, Firstcry is valued at 2.1 billion US dollars. One of the recent additions to India's coveted unicorn clubs. We are backed by private equity companies from across the world, including...
Let me translate, Amit, I'm sorry, that is important numbers, yes. Yeah. That Firstcry – это единорог, который уже перевалил оборот $2 миллиарда в год, это очень важно. Сегодня перед вами представлена действительно очень крупная компания, друзья. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, and like I said, we are backed by some of the largest private equity companies from across the world. So that's a token of the confidence that all of these investors have in the growth story for Firstcry.
Yes, please go ahead.
So some more highlights here. I just skipped through this. This is some of our milestones. Let's talk about Baby Hug. Yeah, so that's what we are most excited to talk
exactly.
about.
Yes, it's the most fascinating idea. Yes.
Right. So this is the brand. This is Baby Hug. This is what we launched almost parallelly with Firstcry. So as you can understand, we were selling a whole range of baby products on our platform, different brands from India and from across the world. And that gave us a lot of learning in terms of what parents are looking for, what kind of products sell, what products don't sell. And we used a lot of that learning to develop this Baby Hug brand. And we launched this across the entire ecosystem of products that that a parent basically needs. You know, as I said before, it goes right across apparel, furniture, strollers, your car seats, and toys to your daily skincare, bathing care routines. So I think this is one of the most strongest points about Baby Hug is the kind of product width that we have today. I think even mother care doesn't have that kind of product width. So when I say width, I'm talking about the number of categories that we cover under Baby Hug under one single brand. I think that is probably unparalleled anywhere in the world. And I'm quite confident in saying this. I think if Vasil, you or anyone gets a chance to visit India and visit a Baby Hug store, I think you will yourself feel very confident in saying that, yeah, I've never seen this kind of range under one brand ever before.
Good. I will definitely come to the end of August in the Franchise India Expo in Delhi. Yes.
We look forward to that.
Visit.
We look forward to that. Some of our largest stores are in Delhi. So we'd love to take you there and, you know, for you to get a first-hand experience of what a Baby Hug store is like.
I hope we will come with the investors, yes, who will spread this in Russian market. Thank you.
Sounds good. Sounds good. For the time being, until the time that you actually visit India, let me give you a little sneak peek of what the stores are like. So this is typically what Baby Hug stores are like across India. When you walk in, you've got the different categories set out. So you've got, like I was saying, baby gear.
Yes. So let me say a few words in Russian to translate, okay? That we talked about. Друзья, мы сейчас говорим про формат, очень похожий на Mother Care, очень похожий на то, что вы могли видеть в крупных городах России и в крупных торговых центрах. Baby Hug – это монобренд, в котором идет, в принципе, очень знакомая нам логика, да, расположение категорий и вообще ассортимент. И то, что мистер Амит говорил сейчас, то, что есть целый ряд товаров, которые они научились производить и объединять в группы, которых нет больше ни у кого, в том числе у Mother Care. Поэтому они понимают роль такой уникальности, новизны в этих товарных категориях. И, конечно же, надо понимать, от себя добавлю комментарий, то, что где, как не в Индии, развивать и опробовать детские товары, потому что это рынок номер один по приросту населения детей сейчас в мире. И, конечно же, то, что нравится среднему классу и вообще жителям Индии, для своих детей, это просто имеет очень массовый тест, да, то есть тех категорий, которые есть у этого бренда, и, конечно же, они уже подготовлены к различным видам вопросов, начиная от возраста, да, детей до, соответственно, каких-то других аспектов, да, жизни. Mr. Ameet, I just translated and I added from myself that India is the biggest country in the world where is the kids audience is growing now, the fastest growing kids audience. So that means that you are totally confident in what are you doing, because you are in the biggest growing market on the kids audience, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think it's a huge population that we have here, and you know, fortunately, income levels have also been rising over the last few years. So we are seeing that, you know, parents want to spend more on their kids, much more than I think what our parents spent on us when we were growing up.
Yes, yes, for sure. Yes, thank you. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, a few more glimpses of the stores. So we saw the gear section before. Then we've got the nursing and feeding. So this is the entire gamut of feeding bottles and accessories. I'm telling you, there are products here that you've never even heard of, and you look at it and you'll be like, why didn't I, you know, think of this before? Especially if you're a parent. You know, if you're a parent,
yes,
you love walking around in the store. So yeah, feeding, nursery. And then the apparel. Apparel, of course, contributes a good, for any typical store, apparel contributes around 50 to 60% of the sale. So apparel is very, very important category.
Да, я переведу, I will translate. Одежда – это 60% сбыта, помимо того, что есть аксессуары и товары для кормления, для соответственно, ну, каких-то аксессуаров, да, там еще, но вот именно одежда, это надо понимать, что это 60% рынка. And Mr. Amit, I have a question. Are you ready, for example, for Russian market to prepare the range of the warm clothes and the warm apparel for the winter time? What about that?
Yes, yes, that is very much something which is already under development, because we're talking to certain countries which have very extreme weather, going up to -40. I know it gets crazy in Russia during the winters. So because we're talking to possible franchise partners in international markets where we have an extreme weather situation, so we are going to work on the winter clothing as well.
Good, thank you. I will translate that. Компания Baby Huts, мистер Amit сказал, что готова к зимнему ассортименту, потому что они продают франшизу не только в Россию, но и в другие северные страны. Поэтому они понимают, о чем идет речь, и этот ассортимент, конечно, будет включать в себя зимнюю одежду. Thank you.
Great. So we saw the apparel, and most of these stores, for your idea, you know, they are around an average of 1,500 to 2,000 square feet in size. We've got smaller formats as well, but then an ideal preferred format for us is about 1,500 to 2,000 square feet. Some more categories. We've got toys here, nursery, some more apparel, footwear. I think, yeah, we didn't see this before. We do an entire range of footwear as well for babies. And then this is what we spoke about before, the diapers and the feeding range, you know, the daily skincare routine. So this is, I think, what a baby hug store looks like. And this is what we want to build in international markets as well. If there's an opportunity to do this in Russia, we would love to sort of start a discussion, a dialogue, and get into more details in terms of categories, pricing, discount structures, return on investment, those kind of things. So we can have that conversation on a one-on-one basis, you know, if any of your investors are serious about this. But primarily, I want to drive home 2 points before, you know, I move on with the presentation. One, Firstcry is actually focusing on building a brand, Baby Hug, which addresses the center, the mass of the market. You know, when I say mass, I don't necessarily mean cheap, but I mean it should be something, it should be a brand relevant to everyone in the market. We have seen that mother care tends to be a slightly premium to upper premium kind of a category. And then even when you walk into a mother care store, you not necessarily find this kind of an assortment in the store. So it doesn't really fulfill all the needs. But Baby Hug is the way we are building Baby Hug is that we want it to be a brand that can cater to any family from whatever social background, you know, and it should have the assortment that completely caters to each and every need of a young parent. I think that's number one point that I think is you know, what we always stress about Baby Hug to our potential business partners. In case you want to translate that, I'll pause there, Vasil.
Yes, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Ameet говорит, что надо понимать отличия Baby Hugs и от Mother Care, то, что здесь видно, что это более массовый продукт. То есть Mother Care для России все-таки это ближе к премиуму, потому что ну, мы видим, что это только было раньше в дорогих торговых центрах, и цены там были действительно высокие. Вот. А здесь же расчет идет на то, что покрытие должно быть более массовым, поэтому это отражается в первую очередь на стоимости продукции, что она более доступна. Но, как мы видим, дизайн магазина и ассортимент ничуть не уступает. Вот, это мое мнение личное. Спасибо. Thank you, Mr. Ameet.
Great. So I think the rest of the presentation is more about, you know, how Firstcry has built the business in India. And, you know, one of the things that we focus on a lot, and this is something that we will try and support all of our brands in any international market, is a lot of focus on social media in terms of building engagement and building communication with consumers in an export market through social media. I think that is something that will always remain a focus for us. We have done that in India and we'll continue to do that. So while the store assortment itself is a powerful tool, I think the second powerful tool that we have is an understanding of how digital media works.
Good, good. Мистер Амит говорит, что одна из сильных сторон их это то, что они разбираются, как работают социальные сети и современные цифровые медийные платформы вот, для продвижения своей продукции. Okay, Mr. Amit, thank you very much. Please go ahead.
So I think I'll just skip most of this. I'll talk about our values a little bit. I think Firstcry as a company is a very human-oriented company. We like building long-term relationships with people. We like to keep things clean and clear, you know, as far as possible. Utmost transparency. Wherever we have started businesses in overseas markets, we have tried to do that with a great deal of, you know, openness and transparency in terms of how the business will fall together, what is a growth roadmap, what are the challenges that we can foresee ahead, what are the challenges we have seen in India. So I think that is something that will come in terms of the value system that we work with at Firstcry.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. It's very clear. Мистер Амит сказал, что у них есть ценности в компании, и он посчитал важным это сказать, что ценности, которые делают абсолютно понятным, чистым и прозрачным работу внутри. И это очень важно, то, что к нам из Индии хотят прийти компании, у которых во главе стоят ценности. Это очень хорошо. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you from my side. I think that's it. If there are any questions, I'm more than happy to answer.
Thank you. And
Yes.
Amit, you want to talk about who this guy is? Because
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sure
I think,
people in Russia know him.
Yeah. I'm sure, Vasil, you might have recognized who the gentleman on the screen is.
I'm not sure. Yes, I need a bigger screen. Yet, who is it?
Okay, this is Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. He's a legendary Bollywood actor. I think anybody who likes Bollywood films
Okay.
will know him. So he's been a brand ambassador for us for I think more than 5-6 years now. And
Good.
Yeah, associated with us in promoting all our television ads. He's usually there, and I hope the association continues for long.
Yeah, I appreciate. Yeah, it's very good, very good. So I hope that in Russia also you will have the celebrities who will promote your brand. Yes, for sure.
Absolutely. Let's work towards that. Let's build out the roadmap and create a way to get there. Yeah.
Good. Thank you, Mr. Ameet. I really appreciate that you are with us today, and it is a really huge opportunity for the Russian market and for Russian kids also to get these brands in Russia as soon as possible. And I say a few words in Russian to our audience. Друзья, это действительно топовый бренд в индустрии одежды, который точно уже переплюнул и переплюнет дальше Mother. Это очевидно, потому что, тренд такой, да, что азиатские компании уже покупают потом, да, английские и все остальные. Поэтому здесь я думаю, что это очень ценный сегодня у нас вебинар. Сейчас будем подводить итоги. На сегодня это последний бренд, и, собственно, мы будем сейчас скоро завершать. Venus, please say to do we have any other speakers? Just let me confirm. Or we finished for today, right?
No, I think this is it for today. And again, thank you so much, Amit. This was a great presentation. I got to learn a lot about Firstcry as well.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much. And I think as Vasil and you have discussed, it's a tremendous opportunity. Market. I would be keen to know how many Mother Care stores have shut down in Russia.
I let you know, it's about 30 big stores. Yes, closed in one day. Yes.
Let's get all those locations. Yeah.
Yes. I've been yesterday in the biggest shopping mall yesterday with my kids in Moscow, in the center of Moscow, and it's still closed, and it is full of the products, in the inside. Right, yeah. It's untouched. Okay. Yes, it's like closed doors. So finally they will go, but nevertheless, if they will come again to Russian market, you should be there. You should be in Russian market because it's a huge opportunity. Absolutely. We have also the growth of the burning of the kids. So in that case, so we really will appreciate this. Thank you, Mr. Ameet. Thank you. Good luck in your business in India. Yes, thank you very much. Okay.
Спасибо.
Спасибо. Namaste. Okay. So we have this. We will summarize today. I really want to say thank you to all of our speakers, Venus, to you personally, and to your team, FranGlobal, for all Indian members who are paying their time and attention to be here and today explain about the opportunities from India to Russia. Next time we will meet, and I really invite Russian investors to come to India, to Delhi. It's the best time. It's the end of August, where all the brands will be represented in the exhibition. And also, let's organize the next one, the next webinars with more details, and maybe after that with all speakers and all companies, we will make one-by-one sessions with our investors. So I already received requests in my chat personally that this was really interesting. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. That would be recorded, and we will also send to audience who not online right now, but they will see the record. And let me say a few words in Russia. In Russian, уважаемые друзья, мы будем завершать. Спасибо сегодня большое вам за то, что вы сегодня были на нашем первом вебинаре, таком телемосту брендов из Индии в Россию. Это очень круто. Мы вами гордимся, друзья. Спасибо за такой интерес. Большая просьба проявить активность, пишите смело. Личные контакты топ-менеджмента и основателей этих компаний доступны вам через нашу компанию Topfranchise и FranGlobal на стороне Индии. Мы сделаем все от нас зависящее для того, чтобы вы получили всю информацию, все правильно поняли, получили все цифры и провели нужные вам переговоры для принятия решений. Спасибо большое. Я хочу поблагодарить также команды FranGlobal и нашу команду Topfranchise, Анастасию Столбову и всех коллег, кто это делал. Спасибо, друзья. Venus, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Vasil. This was, again, this is the first initiative. And as I mentioned, and this, you're coming here next month. So, of course, we look forward to do this more. And I think there is a huge opportunity to connect great product brands at this point in time with the Russian consumer market. India produces some of the best products. And we look forward to work with your team to engage with your partners and operators there. And again, I want to thank the Aditya Birla Group, the Firstcry Group, Rajanesh, Amit, Rahil, Prasanna, of course, to be here. And we look forward to interact with you more, focusing on developing the Russian market for you. Thank you to the Topfranchise team. I think especially Anastasia, you, Vasil, Julia, they have been very, very supportive. And again, thanks again, and look forward to speak soon.
Thank you. Speak to you soon. Thank you very much. Take care. Have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone.